So, let me check. Yeah, we're all good. Audio's all good. So it's finished at Goodison Park. Everton won. Arsenal won. Arsenal draw. 1-1. Another draw for Arsenal this season. And yeah, man. Where do we even start with this? Do we go straight to the referee? Do we go to that absolute see you next Tuesday? That absolute fraud. That referee. Do we go to him first or do we save him for a bit later? The bigger picture is, right, before we talk about referees, because we're going to go through everything. I'm going to try and share the screen and show the challenge for you lot as well. If you guys missed the officiating, right? And if you guys missed the game, we still had 40 minutes to win the game. That's down to us. We still had 40 minutes to win the game, and we didn't. And that's down to us. And that's where you got to look at it and say it's poor. It's not good enough there. But yeah, we're going to try and, go through the whole game. Make sure you guys hit like buttons up. Leave your comments down below. Drop your thoughts down below on the game as well. Another draw for Arsenal this season. We literally draw FC, mate. How many 1-1 draws have we got this season, by the way? It's crazy, isn't it? But the game started off, obviously, Arteta completely rotated the team around. He played Raheem the Dream. He got a start. Trossard 1 year with the front three. Marino was back in midfield today, playing with an injury apparently as well. Apparently Marino had a thigh injury. No, thigh injury, yeah. Something like that. And he's actually playing with an injury as well. And he still actually played. But yeah. Then we played, obviously, Kivior obviously was in there. Ben White had a return as well. Then Saliba and Lewis Skelly were there as well. But yeah, a completely different rotated team. I think we all knew we got one eye on Tuesday's game against Real Madrid. Arteta does, and so does the fans as well, for being honest with it. But yeah, I mean, we started off. It was always going to be a physical game. A few dodgy moments in the first 20 minutes. I remember when almost Kivior lost Beto and he almost got played through. Can I just say, for Everton's point of view, that Ndiaye player, and I said it in the watch on as well, right? Elim Ndiaye, Berta was at the game today. Go and sign him. Ndiaye's a baller. Yeah, that's my credit to Everton. Yeah, they've got a player right there. The guy who's got a penalty as well. Yeah, Elim Ndiaye. Go and sign this player in the summer. He is a baller. Yeah. Fair play to him because he's top class. What a player he is. But yeah, anyway. We got the first goal. Came from Everton mistake. Raheem the Dream. He's arrived. Yeah, this is what he was talking about. You're gonna see the best of me. We've seen the best of him. It's only took him 8 months and he's got an assist. Well done, mate. But no, honestly, in all seriousness, yeah, it was a good run from Sterling. It came from a mistake from Everton. Trossard was there, like he did last season as well. Got us a great finish from Trossard. Put us 1-0 up. We got the first goal going into half-time, 1-0 up. Good, happy, taking that. Arteta made 2 subs at half-time. He brought on Martinelli and Saka as well. Took Wanyeri off and took Sterling off, and Saka came on and Martinelli came on as well. I was hoping to see Martinelli down the middle, but he played well. He looked really sharp on the wing, to be fair. But Arteta made 2 subs at half-time. And so second half. By the way, the build-up to the penalty is what we got to look at as well, because I don't know what Ray is doing. Yeah, pissing around, flicking around outside the box, yeah. And then that's how the counter-attack came along. And then the penalty, people. Yeah, I'm saving that for later. I'm going to share the screen and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the penalty, horrendous decision. Ndiaye steps up, scores for Everton. And by the way, can I just say, yeah, why is it that Raya, ever since Raya saved us in the Porto game, yeah, from the penalty spot, he is crap at penalties, saving them wise. I'm sorry, I swear, fair enough, he did it last season against Porto. I'm not taking that away from him, yeah. He's the reason why we beat Porto. But at the end of the day, right, why is it that when Raya's on a penalty, he dives too early? I noticed it in the Man United game, in the penalty shootout against Man United. He's just selling himself in every single penalty, and that Ndiaye penalty, he dived too early. I don't get that with him, but Ndiaye with a good penalty gets him an equaliser. Should never been a goal because it was never a penalty. But we'll talk more about that later. And then after that, it was. I mean, the only positives in the second half, yeah, were my that brother up there. Why are we getting rid of Tierney? Can someone explain to me why we getting rid of Tierney? Do you see the what he put on the plate? Odegaard put a cross on the plate for Odegaard. Odegaard hit it at his boot and it went wide. Tierney put on a plate for Odegaard. Tierney put on a plate for Marino and it headed over the bar. Tierney balled out in that second half, yeah? Absolutely balled out. I have no idea why we're selling this guy. Can someone explain to me why we're getting rid of Tierney? Please. Because I don't understand it, people. I don't get it. Why are we getting rid of Tierney? Absolute baller. That's positive for me in the second half. And also Martinelli as well. Yeah, he looked really sharp when he came on. And he looks ready for the Madrid game as well. I said I was hoping to see the guy play down the middle, but he looked really sharp when he came on as well. But other than that, second half, we couldn't break them down. You know, it's very hard. I mean, with Everton, they're very well organized, physical side, to be fair. You know, when they were obviously when they get the goal, they're going to be frustrated. You know, they're going to be physical. They're going to be frustrating, and then we struggle to break them down like we did in the Emirates game. And you know what it is when they play low block, we can't break them down. So I didn't, 1-1. The whole mood shifted. I think that the goal they scored woke it up, woke up Goodison Park, and they had a bit more momentum, and we couldn't get anything. But that's down to us, yeah. Like I agree with the penalty situation, yeah. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. I agree with the penalty situation, but at the same time, we had 40 minutes to go and win the game at 1-1. And that's where you look at Arsenal's point of view there. And, you look into us and say, that is the reason. That's where you got to look into us. We had 40 minutes to go and win the game. We didn't do that. So that's where I look at it into Arsenal's perspective, yeah, where we could have done a lot more and we still had time to win the game. Minus in the awful officiating from the referees, right? But yeah, I mean, listen, other than that, I mean, we knew him coming into the game, judging by the lineup as well. Arteta rotated, right? I know we got injuries, but he's got his only eye, like we as well, are on Real Madrid, yeah. But the draws this season, man, the drop in points this season, it's just madness, ain't it? I mean, God forbid we beat Real Madrid because the season's going to be the rest of the season, what's the point of playing it? Look at the table. What's that? 11 draws this season. 11 draws, man. 62 points. Look at that. Liverpool 73 now. If Forest beat Villa today, 60. Yeah, they got 2 points behind us. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like clearly clearly it's mad with these draws and dropping points, man. It's crazy, man. Right, let's talk about this then. Right, I'm gonna get a clip up of the penalty. Hopefully it does not get copyrighted. Do not copyright me. Yeah, you frauds. Do not copyright me for this. Let's get a clip up of Lewis Skelly's penalty, yeah? Because if I go to Twitter, yeah? Give me 1 second, guys. Bear with me 1 second. Let's see this. Just type in Lewis Skelly and it will come up. Right, here we go. Here we go. Right. Let's share this, people. Make sure you've not already hit the like buttons up, man. Smash up the like buttons up. I'm gonna go through your comments in a minute, so keep leaving your comments down below. We'll do some player ratings in a minute as well. Where's the penalty? Where's the penalty? Where's the penalty? Hold on, let's watch this one quickly. Yeah, I didn't even realize. Here we go. Here we go. Right. If it gets copyrighted, it is what it is, mate. Yeah, it is what it is. If it gets taken down, it is what it is. Right, let's have a look at this. I'm going to play it slow. I'm going to pause it and play it. I don't want to play the full clip. Right, let's just quickly see this again, yeah? Let's quickly see this again. It's just embarrassing, mate. Like, honestly, you watch it back and it's just absolutely... Jack Harrison got back up and started playing again. Look. At the start. Look. He's not complaining or anything. That's madness. It's absolute madness, man. It's never a penalty. How? I don't understand it. If anything, Lewis Skelly's gone down. It's more on a foul on him. If you want to call that a foul, the game's gone soft. Yeah, the game has gone soft, people. I don't even care. How is that a penalty? Is beyond me. That is a horrendous decision. Absolutely horrendous decision there from the referee. Yeah, horrendous decision. I don't even care, people. I don't even care. That disgusting. Yeah, that should never have been a penalty. Never been a penalty. But again, as I said, yeah, the referee. And by the way, the ref didn't have a clue today. Yeah, let's just talk about man blew for full time before full time. He blew before. He blew for full. He blew for full time before full time. Actually, the whistle. What is he thinking? Darren England, his name is. He's a see you next Tuesday. I'm not saying a word because I will get demonetized. But he's a see you next Tuesday. Absolute joke. Soft. The game's gone soft. Give that a penalty because what, he's got his arm out like that. There's no contact in the legs or anything. It's not like he tripped him up or anything. He's leaned into him a little bit, but that's what you got to do. He's trying to use his body to block it. That's what he's trying to do. He's using his body to use a bit of physicality to shield the ball. That's what he's trying to do. And you're telling me you're giving that as a penalty? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting decision. Scandalous decision, people. And at the end of the day, the rules change every single week. They change every single week because at the end of the day, right? When we had it, and someone said it in my chat when we did the watch-on, yeah. You guys remember last season with Gabriel Jesus, right, against Aston Villa, and how he didn't get a penalty because because it was enough contact. How is this any different then? How's it any different? How's it any different? People say it's contact because he leaned into him. That is a disgrace. Yeah, the game's gone. It's soft. Snowflakes. That is snowflake decision. That is scandalous. And for VAR, did VAR even look at it? VAR is a joke as well, by the way. And someone said it earlier as well, yeah. Apparently, the person in VAR was the same guy who did the Wolves red card as well. Why is it always Lewis Skelly as well, man? Why is it always Lewis Skelly? Because they're the same against Wolves. Shambolic decision. It's absolutely embarrassing. Really is, man. All right, that's enough of me whining about referees, yeah? Bigger picture is we had 40 minutes to win the game. We didn't do it. We had 40 minutes to win the game, and the end product was poor. We had chances as well in the second half, and the end product was trash. We had 40 minutes to win the game, people, after that. You had Tierney putting on a play for Odegaard, hits it straight out his own boot, goes wide. You had Tierney putting on a play for Marino, misses an absolute sitter towards the end. You had Pickford make a good save for Martinelli. To be fair, good save from Pickford. You can't really look at Martinelli there. But we had chances. And that's down to us at the end of the day, people. That is down to us. That is down to us for not killing the game and not getting and not winning the game. Because we had plenty of time to do that as well. Yes, we've been hard done by, and it should probably never been a goal. But at the same time, look at ourselves, people, as well, in this situation where we still have 40 minutes to win the game and we didn't do that. I get the momentum will change. I get when a goal like that, Everton are switched on more. They got a bit more confidence. They know they're drawing the game now. They're going to change how they play. I get that all. Yeah, I understand that. But still, we had the chances there and we didn't take them, and that's down to us at the end of the day, people. And that's why we've also obviously gone and draw. We've drew this game today. Down to us at the same time, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's go through the chat, and then we're gonna do some player ratings. I will drop the link as well. Right, I'll drop the link now, and then anyone who wants to come on, you guys can do. And then we're gonna do some player ratings as well. So let me quickly share this to the group as well. Get people on. Right. So anyone who wants to come on, I will I'll put a link in the chat. And I'm gonna read through the comments first. So you guys can if you want to come on now, you can, but I'll get you on as soon as we go through all the comments, and then yeah, we'll do that. So anyone watching now, you lot are welcome to come on, people, and have your say about today. I don't know if I can duplicate it, man. What the hell? Don't duplicate it. Imagine me going live twice in one time. Right. Cool. Right. Anyone who wants to come on, I'll get you guys on in just a second. And yeah, then I'm going to I'm going to go through everyone's comments first, and then we'll get we'll get people on. Make sure you guys hit like buttons up as well, people. Let's smash the like buttons up if you haven't already. Be greatly appreciated as well. But let's big up the chat. Big up to Red Army in the building. He says we were robbed. Well, listen, for me, as I said, I think definitely, definitely a horrendous decision. Definitely, you know, we've been hard done by there. It was never a penalty all day long. Never a penalty, people. I don't even care. Anyone can see that. But at the same time, it's not saying we were robbed. In that scenario, yes, I think it's rigged, mate, in that type of decision. But overall, we still had 40 minutes to win the game. We still had chances as well. We didn't do that. So in that sense, nah. We look at the bigger picture as well, bro. We still had enough time to go on to change the game around, and we didn't do that. That's down to us at the end of the day. But yeah, I hear you. That situation, that scenario there, all day long, disgusting decision there, all day long. Big up AJ in the building, man. Bless up yourself, bro. Thank you so much for that, man. Of course you do. Cool. Bless up Ashik, bro. Of course you do, man. Of course you do. Big up ASU always in the building. 105 million and 6 to play in the second striker was enough to sack Arteta. Never mind the 5-year trophy drought. Yeah, once again, Rice being played out of position, as we know, as he has been all season. Big up to AFC ways, man. Every single time. That's on Raya. Well, listen, yeah, I mean, you got to look at the build up as well, man, from Raya, and also the save, and also just sending himself. Like when you have a penalty, right? He does it ever since the Porto game, yeah, and maybe against Rategi when we played Atlanta this season, yeah. Fair enough, that was a good save, right? But again, I think it's a poor penalty from Rategi. The Porto game, he really stood out though. Why has he changed in terms of like? I noticed it that in the penalty shootout, yeah, against Man United, every penalty he'd dive too early. Every penalty, he literally set himself. And the build up for that as well, he's pissing around like, what are you doing outside the box? Just fucking put your foot through it. And then they go down the counter attack, and obviously that penalty happens. But for me, nah, bro, I hear you, AJ, but it's for me that's all on the referee. Atrocious decision that is. Atrocious. Big up, cute. These Liverpool fans, man. These Liverpool fans in my chat, they're all jokers, man. They're all jokers. These Liverpool fans in my chat, man. Big up Kumar though. End the season. Big up Taki, man. Yeah, big up to you, bro. Save it for later. I have a lot to say about how much. Yeah, 100%, Sam, bro. 100%. The link is there, by the way, Sam. If you do want to come on, let me know. You're Slayer, bro. I'm gonna go for anyone who's waiting backstage as well. I'm gonna go through the comments and then I'll get you guys on 100%. Having seen from the, do you think it's a penalty? What makes you say it's a penalty then, AJ? What makes you say like how do you think it's a penalty? Like it's a genuine question. Like you're my guy every single time. I'm not dissing your opinion, bro. But I'm just saying, in your opinion, like what makes you think it's a penalty? Because for me, I don't understand. I don't understand how it's a penalty. I don't understand it. I can't put it down to any. What can you put it down to? What? Because he leaned into him. Where's physicality gone in football then? What's happened to shield? What's happened to shielding the ball? If that's nah, I don't see it. But I love your opinion, AJ, man. I'm not dissing your opinion, bro. It's your opinion, but for me, I disagree. I think it's clear. I think it's clearly a disgraceful decision, mate. If I'm being honest with it. Yeah, Jez, another draw, man. Draw FC this season, and how many 1-1 draws are we getting as well? It's crazy. Big up Plasma. Did I watch an Arsenal game or horror movie? Exactly, bro. Pray for Madrid. Yeah, Tuesday will soon come around, people. Another draw from winning position. Yeah, there we go. Another draw from winning position again. I already know we're going to go 1-0 up against Madrid and then probably fumble it. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Big up Miss Melina. Big up Miss Melina, man. How you doing, Miss Melina? Apart from that game, hope you're doing well. Big up Mel every single time. As soon as we lose to Madrid, shut Saka down to so. Yeah, if we lose to Madrid, then what is the point of even doing watch-ons anymore? You know what I mean? Like, what is the point of even doing watch-ons for the rest of the season for these pointless? Because the games are going to be dead, mate. Do you know what? I'm like the Premier League for us is dead. Yeah. So like, what is the point? You know, you just gotta hope that you just gotta hope that we beat Real Madrid if we still got something to play for, man. To be honest with you. Yeah, bro. Teeny should be staying, man. Teeny should be staying all day long. Teeny should be staying. Absolute baller. Absolute baller. Pretty much the whole half to football if you include. Yeah, exactly. That's the point right there as well. I've seen enough of this manager. It's just same old week in, week out. Facts. Facts. Yeah. Nah, I agree you, AJ. 100%, mate. 100% there. But we know he's not going anyway. He's got a 3-year contract extension, mate. You know, he's as long as Arsenal get top 4, that's all we're happy about. So yeah. Someone told me we're end the season with only 3 losses. I think we've won the league. Shows how the title challenging teams don't have 11 draws. Facts. That's what's killed us, man. That is what's killed us. Big up Ryan Tune as well, mate. Penalty for me. He's not complaining because the law of the game is you play to the whistle. I don't know, man. I don't know. If that's a penalty, he'd be screaming at referee, in my opinion. I know a lot of people say that, but the way he went down too easy as well, you'd expect him to scream, but he got back up and just kept going. So I don't know. I don't know. But then if it's a modern game, why didn't they give it to Jesus last season then against Aston Villa when they say there's not enough contacts? It doesn't make sense, does it? Nah, I agree with David Raya, man. He's got to take the blame. He's got to take some blame as well. Yeah, Martinelli looked sharp today as well. Zach, on the other hand, his corner at the end told you enough about our day in general. Yeah, couldn't even be the first man. Really poor from Saka there, wasn't it? Really poor. Sell Odegaard and replace him with Eze. We get better, no question. And the armband is too much for Odegaard. It's that simple. Big up Godfrey, man. How you doing, Godfrey? Hope you're doing well, my brother. Big up to you, my brother. How's it going, Godfrey? Yeah, that's another thing as well. Like, surely, if it's a foul, then surely it's outside the box as well. It's madness. Wait, what's happened here? I'm back. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't understand it. Yeah, 100. Yeah, that's my point as well, man. That's my point as well. Ah, what are you lagging for, man? For fuck's sakes, restream. What the hell? There, not scoring more than one is piss poor, but down in England and shoot at well. Yeah, see you next Tuesday. 100%. 100% agree, Wookie, mate. Maybe that will be Garcia, mate. Maybe that will be that Garcia guy we're looking to sign as well. Nah, I don't know about that. Ray for me is not regressed as a goalkeeper, but I wouldn't mind getting Garcia in. But no, I don't know about regressing. I think penalty wise, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Penalty wise, in terms of you know, sort of when it comes to penalties, that's my point with it. I'm not saying he's saved us too many times. He's a quality goalkeeper as well. I'm talking about my point was penalties. Like penalties, he needs to improve because that's 100%. He's the Villa game. He won us that game from his saves. Penalty because of the way how the FA decided to take the game back was even 5 years ago. That was never a penalty. Yeah, no, we sort of agree because back in 5 years ago, the game's soft, mate. That's what I'm. Yeah, that's what we agree with. The game's gone soft, bro. Like, 5 years ago, that's never even never even have talked about. If anything, that's booked for a dive, mate. Yeah, on Harrison. Yeah, that's 5. But this is how times have changed, man. So I do understand it. You know, we're sort of on the same page there as well, man. Big up Static, bro, as well, man. Big up to you, Static. Hey, Josh, another disappointing performance on Teta. Right, enjoy your weekend. Big up Static, bro. And you too, man. You too. That's harsh because there's been a games where he's kept us in it, and we're saying he's brilliant. When he's making mistakes, he's not good enough. No, I'm never. I don't know if you mean me, but I'm never saying not good enough. And I didn't say he's regressed either. I said you got to look at him for the penalty. Yeah. And I said also the build up as well was a bit poor from him. Like when he's coming out, don't know what he's doing there. But I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm not saying he's regressed. And I'm not saying that he's a trash goalkeeper. You know, he's probably one of the best goalkeepers we've had since Emi Martinez, if we're being real with it, people. Real talk, man. Real talk. Right, let's see if anyone's backstage. Let's see. We've got my brother Sam with us. See if we can get him. See if you. Yeah, Sam, how's it going, my friends?
Yeah, well, I've been better.
Second, mate.
How are you? I've been better. Same old, I
Put my
suppose.
headphones in. I'll be 1 minute.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
What the hell is going on, man? Are you back?
Yep.
You good?
I think that should be all good now.
Yes, I can hear you, Sam. Oh, sorry about that. My internet just completely crashed, mate.
No, that's all good. Mine was doing that yesterday all show, so I had to turn my camera off completely and just use voice.
Yeah, sorry, man. But yeah, I was saying, yeah, how you doing, man? You all good?
Yeah, I'm all good. Apart from obviously Arsenal, they always find a way to ruin my day. Always. I knew going into this, I felt all right, to be fair, going into it.
Yeah.
I thought we've got to kind of show what we're made of going into Tuesday night. But we've come over with a draw, and that with a whimper, to be fair, as well. First off, when we tried to play really quick counter-attacking football, we were really good.
Yeah.
The Everton defence looked like they didn't have a clue what to do when Saliba was up there pinging the ball across our midfield and our strike force. But then we just stopped doing that.
Yeah.
It's weird because if you think something's working, you keep doing that. You don't just stop doing it and go back to what we've seen most of this season, to be honest. That's just drab football where we don't look like we're going to score most of the time. But yeah, there's also a lot of things that we can't control. I don't know if you saw a few of them. The one at the end really made me laugh.
Where he blew the whistle before the
when he blew the whistle. When Trossard kicked the air and he gave a free kick to Everton.
Oh my god!
If you go, it's so funny because I said straight away. So he went to like kick the ball to put the defense he went to put his foot up to put the defender off, but he was nowhere near Tarkovsky. And they showed you a replay. Everton, the ref, because of the the commotion all the Everton players made, the ref gave a free kick to Everton. But if you go back and watch it, it's just comical because you could really see that he just kicked the air in order to try and put the defender off. But apparently you can't do that now as well. I don't know if you saw it as well when when David Raya was trying to take the kick out. Somebody pushed him. There was actually more contact in that push than there was for the penalty that was given against us. And then he stood in front of the player as he was taking. They stood in front of Raya as he was taking the goal kick. So apparently we could do that now as well.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I feel like we have this discussion every week, and everybody on the platform and on Sky Sports, and everybody has this. If we've got a system in place, how can a referee look at that and go, "Oh yeah, that's definitely a penalty"? When they've got the chance to have a second look at that, how is that still a penalty? And I really want to know what Sky Sports and everybody else makes of it, because after the game, they asked Martin Keown about the penalty. And they said, "What do you think to it?" And he went, "Don't talk to me about it."
Yeah. It's mad, bro, because yeah, I agree with you in that first half. We was actually playing all right, and as you said, Everton, the defense of Everton, they didn't really know how to handle us in terms of on the counter attack, right? But then, do you think that penalty lifted them up a little bit in the second half? That's where the game changed.
It did. But at that point, you've got to. It's almost like we admitted defeat. It's almost like we went, "Oh, that shouldn't have been a penalty," and we kind of just give up. After that, we just kind of, I don't know. We started passing the ball around and taking shots as if it was a training session.
Yeah.
And it's not good enough. Like it's really not. And I really want to. So you can, I suppose there's two things, isn't there? You can blame the manager, but then ultimately, regardless of his tactics and how he says them to play, they're still professional footballers. So they've still got a brain of their own. They've still got their mind of their own. So actually, they should have said, "You know what? We might have been robbed from a penalty, but we can feel sorry for ourselves, or we can now think, right, let's give us the fuel now to go on to win it." Knowing that we'd got a big game on Tuesday as well, it's just, I don't know. I feel like we have this same conversation over and over again.
No, we do, man, and that's exactly what I said, man. I just feel, listen, we was certainly once again the decision was an absolute disgrace, mate. Honestly, the worst I've seen, I think, in my life, if I'm being honest with you. And that's saying something, because we've had some dodgy ones, man, across the years, right? But then at the same time, you look at it, the bigger picture is we still had 40 minutes to go and win that game, bro. And I thought we would go and win it because he brought on even before that, he made 2 subs with Saka and Martinelli. And Martinelli looked really sharp when he came on.
Yeah,
Tierney when he came on as well, bro. Tierney put it on the plate for Marino. He put it on the plate for Odegaard.
yeah. That
Oh,
Odegaard one was worse than the Marino one, I think.
yeah, all
Uh,
day long. Because Odegaard kicked it at his own boot, didn't he? On the
yeah.
other boot.
No, he didn't. So as it was being crossed in, he didn't even read the flight of the ball and just let it like go off one of his ankles.
Oh my god, man.
And I'm just thinking, do you know what? Like, I've hated this season already, but like you said, just as I came on, like it's going to be so boring now. Like it's just
Yeah.
going to be picking up points and wins just to stay in second.
Yeah, exactly. It's just nothing anymore. It's like that's what I'm saying. The Madrid game, I'm looking forward to it in a sense that listen, we've still got something to play for this season. Yeah, much as people want to say, "Oh, are you feeling confident? Are you going into the game or not?" But I'm looking forward to it because it's Real Madrid, but we've got something to play for. We can somehow pull off a miracle and beat them. Then at least we've still got Champions League to look forward to. But now we get knocked out. 2 weeks time. Season's just going to be dead in it, man. It's going to be so boring. The games left because I think what is it? We've still got 7 games to play after this, don't we? Something
Yeah,
like 8 games.
yeah. It's been dead the whole time. Like, and I
Yeah,
think we spoke about this before. Like, I sat down there watching it, and until my only form of emotion was when the player got in front of Raya and just pushed him, and then. But apart from that, it was just completely flat, and it has been all season. Like I don't really. That women's game was the exception all season. It's the only
yeah,
time I've really celebrated goals. Like, and that to me, it's just not something. It's so weird because it's always something I've done since the beginning of the time, and I sit there, and this season has just been so crap that I've just sat there. We scored against Tottenham for God's sake, and I sat there. In what world should I be doing that?
yeah,
Like, it shouldn't be happening. And that clearly shows we had those 2 seasons where we was like sold this dream, I think.
yeah,
This is this is what we've been missing, this is the football we're gonna be. But those 2 seasons, if you look at it, yes, we had some great wins. We still won nothing. So it
yeah,
was completely pointless to have those 2 seasons. I keep getting videos from people that have been like, "Oh yeah, this is what we were like 2 seasons ago," and it makes me happy because I was like, "Oh, it's great to watch us then." But over these last 2 seasons, it's just been awful. And if
yeah.
it's, I don't know. I know you can't have that every week where we're going to be exciting,
Nah, of course
but
not.
at least when we went 2-0 up before in those, even last season probably, but certainly the seasons before, you didn't feel like we were going to go and concede. As soon as we score now, it feels like that we're going to concede. And I don't know what the difference is between 2 years ago and even last year, where we felt pretty safe on a lead. Now it's just back to like 5-6 years ago. Now it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, man. Um, but yeah, let's do some player ratings, bro.
Mhm.
Just like obviously last week. We started Raya in goal, man. Obviously, um, I thought with the penalty for me, I said it earlier, but at times I just think something's changed from the Porto game, man. Like last season, he saved us in the Porto. He's one of the main reasons why we went through in that one because of his saves. Even this season against Atalanta, he made a really good save. But I've noticed with him, even for that penalty as well, like he dives too early, in my opinion. I feel like he sells himself, it's a sort of Man United game as well. That's my only critique with Raya today. But apart from that, they were dangerous on set pieces as well. I think they scored 4 goals in one game of set pieces against Wolves when they won 4-0. That's what's gonna be a threat with their Tarkovskis and their big lumps at the back. I thought he dealt with them reasonably well. Some of the crosses they had, he was demanding. And for me, I'll probably go with 7 today. But what about you, bro? For Real?
So the bit that I thought of is just after we scored, he made that really good save, didn't he? Really
Yes,
good save.
yes.
We could have scored. Literally, we scored, and then they went down the other end. I think it's going to be one of those things. I don't think he's ever been that fantastic at saving penalties. Apart from the Porto one and
Porto, yeah.
that you just mentioned, I can't remember a penalty that he saved really before that. So yeah, I suppose it does matter and it doesn't matter because as long as you're making the saves during the game, you don't
Exactly. Yeah.
really have that many penalties. So if it means he's going to make the saves like that as soon as we scored, then I'll take that. You can't have like best of both worlds. He might say it now and again. I did my ratings as your camera went off, to be fair. So based on what I gave to everyone else, I gave Raya a 6. Just because he
Fair
made
enough.
the save. I think it was just better than average from him.
Yeah, fair enough there. Hold on, we're doing next. Ben White, of course, back today. First start in the Premier League in a while, of course, back from his injury. But yeah, today I thought first half I was so impressed with him because I actually saw him overlapping. He's getting forward, early signs defensively as well. He looks all right. I think there's a occasion where he looks a bit rusty, where he almost, I don't know if you remember it, but in the first half, he sort of took too long on the ball, and then he turned back and he hesitated, and then he almost played Beto through. But other than that, I thought Ben White reasonably solid game, to be honest. Thought good to have him back, and I probably would start this guy against Real Madrid, if I'm being honest with you. And Timber maybe as a centre back or swap them around. But I'll give Ben White, I'll give him a 7 as well. What about you, bro?
So he played okay. I don't think I think I've got to give him a little bit of leeway because obviously he's just coming back.
Yeah.
There was certain things that Ben White of last year wouldn't have let happen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kind of your second, I think it's like first or second game back in after being injured pretty much all season. So I don't think I can be too harsh on him. To be honest, Everton didn't really press us that much.
No.
Apart from straight after the goal and then obviously after the penalty. But even then, it wasn't that much. So I'm going to go with like a 5 based on Maria 6 because he was okay. I know that he's a lot better than that.
Yeah, 100%. No, I definitely hear that, man. Definitely hear that for sure. You know, at times he did look a bit rusty as well, but that's understandable. He's not played in ages in Premier League. Who's next? Saliba today. Thought was reasonably solid. I know I keep dishing out 7s, but I have to go 7 as well for Saliba, mate. I don't know about you.
I didn't think he really did that much defensively.
Yeah.
I just went based off his little cameo in the front three, which was really cool because actually he looked like he had much more like want to get the game going than some of the attackers that we had up front, to be fair. So based off that, I thought, actually, do you know what? I'm going to be kinder. I'm going to give him a 6.5 because I think he was better than Raya just for his up front cameo.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Kivior's next. Yeah, Kivior. Do you know what? Other than that, in the first half where he let Beto run off him, and that could have led to something, I thought he actually had a quietly decent game. To be fair, I'll probably give him. I keep giving him out 7s, man. I'll probably give him a 7 as well.
Yeah, he's probably our best defender, to be fair.
Yeah,
it was a day for us being like we didn't really need to be amazing in the defence because they didn't really do much. But based off everybody else, I think I've got to give him a 7 because if he was our best defender, he's got to be marked higher than the rest of them.
Oh, all day, yeah. Here's a question: would you start him against Real Madrid?
Absolutely not.
Likewise.
No,
likewise.
I was watching the game today and I thought, yeah, you played all right, but Everton are very different. Having Beto up front and having Mbappe up front, two different, really different situations. Having Ashley Young up front instead of having Vinicius up front, like those different things, like you need to take those into account. So no, it shouldn't even come into his mindset that he gets into the starting 11.
Yeah, 100%. Mars Lewis Skelly, of course, as we know, hard done by for the penalty. But I mean, some of the runs he did today were this kid looks so going forward. He looks astonishing, man. And yeah, I'll probably go. I keep dishing out sevens, people. I'm gonna go seven again for Skelly, man. But what about you, bro?
Yeah, I don't think he particularly did anything wrong, to be fair.
Yeah,
Because I can't even say like he did anything wrong for the penalty because he didn't. He's got to challenge. Because I suppose on the opposite, if you take away it being a penalty, if he didn't go in for that challenge, then said, "Well, why are you letting go past?" So he had to do that. So I think based, if I've given Saliba a 6.5, I can't give him any less than that. So 6.5, maybe onto a 7 because he probably was joint with Kivior really.
yeah, fair enough, man. Who's next? Declan Rice today. We have to go six, man. We have to go six for Rice today. I just feel look, he obviously playing left eight for him. He has some good games here and there, but he's just not his consistent position. If you really want consistent Rice week in week out, he's number six for me. But today, yeah, I didn't really notice him a lot. If I'm being honest with it, sort of a quiet game for Rice. I'll give him a six, but I don't know what you thought of him.
Yeah, no, when I think about it, it was quite quiet. But much like the game against Fulham, really, it was kind of the same.
Yeah,
The only thing he did, um, those two corners that he took, was it 2 or 3 corners in the first half when he nearly scored direct?
true. Yeah, true.
They were unbelievable. So that's the one thing he really can do is take corners. Um, in comparison to the one that Saka had in the second half.
Yeah, it couldn't be the first man. Jesus.
And the first thing I said was, do you know what? There was no point even. You may as well have just kicked it out.
Yeah,
Like, there's no point of even putting it anywhere near the box. Just kick it out for a throw to the other way. So yeah, I think 6 because he didn't really do anything, but he wasn't bad.
yeah, agree there, 100%, bro. Who's next? Jorginho today. I mean, just a typical Jorginho performance. They didn't put a foot wrong. He got the ball, pass and move. That was it, really. I'm gonna have to give him a six as well.
I didn't really notice him, to be honest. At least
Yeah,
Rice had those corners, and he actually tried to push the ball forward. I just don't think he did anything. I don't think he was bad, but I think these last couple of games has shown how much we actually need somebody across from Declan Rice because Partey's really good, but we can't rely on Partey to play week in, week out because the only evidence we've got is this season. He's been great. But I do think Declan Rice feeling that he has to do most of the stuff on his own is not the Declan Rice we saw last season. So I think 5 because I didn't really see him.
yeah. I just average from Jorginho. Mikel Merino. Now apparently he's playing with an injury as well. Playing with like he got in a warm up. He got a little knock in a warm up, so he's still playing with an injury. We saw him back in the midfield today. Could have had a really good header towards the end to win us the game, didn't he, as well? But yeah, what do you make of him today overall?
I'm just thinking based off the hero's performance he gave because even after that header, I don't know if you saw, he had that obviously.
He had the bandages on, didn't he, as well? Yeah.
But then next to this plaster, they completely missed where most of the blood was. And literally, there was blood on his neck.
Oh, yeah. He had the head injury. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
You know what? If you're going to play on with that,
fair play.
Give you a rating that's higher than a 4. Like I had originally, but I didn't put into account that. But to be honest, if that had happened to my head and they put a bandage around my head like that, I wouldn't have even headed the ball. I'd have been thinking, you know what? What's this going to do to me in later life if I do this now?
He certainly had a warrior performance, mate. Matt was in the wars today, to be fair. So
yeah, it was groin it was a little groin niggle in the
warm up. Yeah,
I saw that and I was like, do you know what? If that's the case, then why did you bother playing him?
Exactly
ridiculous. If he's going to be your starting whatever striker, as we've got to think he'll do it, why would you even risk him?
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'd probably go because he, as you rightly said, he carried on. Did he play the
Mm,
full 90 as well?
I think so.
Oh yeah, full 90 as well. Jeez, I'll probably go six for him today. 1 year he played 45 minutes. Didn't really get going today as these lights. I think in terms of like creating anything, I'll probably have to go six for 1 year.
Yeah, I don't want to be as harsh as I was because, like I mentioned last time, it's a young lad. It's his first season. Like
Yeah,
I hate when fans even jump on players that are that age that are awful anyway because
exactly.
it's just
Yeah,
not on. Um, so it certainly he'd be. I seem to think about like I'll think of it like this. He would be annoyed with how much he didn't do anything in the game. Really, I
yeah,
think he would tell you that himself. Um, so I think based off, if I've given Jorginho a 5, he can't be any lower than that.
that's fair. Yeah,
So 5.
no, that's completely fair enough. Uh, Trossard today obviously got us a goal. Really good finish for him today. Played the full 90 as well. Had a few other I mean, there's a time where he could have released the ball a bit quicker. I remember in the first half he had a run. He could have played. I think it was 1 year in, but he went more for greed and went more for glory, and he got tackled. So like, those little decision makings, especially if he plays against Real Madrid, they've got to be like that. Because if we do get chances against Madrid, which you probably will, and especially at the Emirates, you got to be on the decision making. You know, you got to make that decision. You got to get it right because then you'll get punished. So but obviously, good goal to him. A good goal for him today. I'll probably give him 7.5.
Yeah, I think 7's fair. I think when you've scored the only goal in the game, like you've got to. And I think he had a couple of half chances as well that were decent. So yeah, I think he's one of those players that's really good to have in your squad because a lot of the time, you know that most of the time he'll give you a good performance. So yeah, 7, I think.
Yeah. Next up, we have got Raheem the Dream. Got himself a little assist, but does that give him a high rating, Sam, for you or not?
Oh yeah, it's an easy 15 for me. Like, it's just I don't know what Chelsea were doing letting him come to us on loan. I don't have a clue why they were paying all of his wages. Nah, to be fair, it was one of probably his better games. He actually did. It was almost like he listened when I was gobbing off about him on Gooner Gathering yesterday, that he stops and looks around, so breaks down the counter attack. But actually, he didn't do that today. He just carried on. So, based off of that, if I've given Moreno a 6 for just being a hard nut, I've got to give Sterling a 6 because he did set up the goal and he did look fairly good before he got taken off.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'll go six as well. Um, no, that's Everton. We're gonna go subs next because obviously we made two subs at half time. Saka and Martinelli. We'll start with Saka today. 40, another 45 minutes for him. Obviously getting minutes. I'm sure he'll be ready to hopefully start against Real Madrid now. Obviously I know that corner is gonna be a bit hard. You know, a bit. You know, you got to look at because that was sums it up really that second half performance. But I thought at times, you know, I noticed with Saka, he looks a lot more. It's like he's put on a bit of muscle. Like, you know, he looks a lot more physical when he gets the ball now. There's a time where he's just brushing off players. I was like, go on, Saka. But I'll probably have to go 6 for him off the bench today.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think he got much of the ball, which I'm kind of pleased about because he didn't even give Everton the chance to tackle him and try and take him down. So I don't think he particularly did anything. Based off that, if I give Sterling a 6 for setting up a goal, I've got to give Saka a 5 because
5,
he
yeah.
didn't really do anything as such. But that's what we wanted. We wanted him to play minutes, but not get tackled at all, which is worked perfectly to plan. Probably one of the only things that did.
100% agree there, man. Martinelli. Now, I thought when he came on, he looked really sharp, man. Just like the Fulham game. Yeah, he's looking ready, man. He had that really good save where, obviously, Pickford saved that in the second half. But yeah, every time he got the ball, he tried to make something happen. So for that, I'm gonna give him a 7.
Yeah, I'd give him a 7 to be fair, because again, it was one of those players that comes on and really wanted to try and get a win.
Yeah.
So that kind of when most don't, I think that kind of sticks out.
Yeah, for sure. Who's next? Jurien Timber came on, of course. Got another half an hour in him, ready for the Madrid game. For Ben White, probably give him a 6 as well, maybe a 5.
I think he made some. I think he made some good tackles again, and he always tries to progress it forward. So again, it was one of the players that always wants to go forward and wants to do the best that he can. So yeah, 6/7. I think you could give him either. I think.
Yeah, fair enough there. And then I think Odegaard came on, mate. Not good. I'll be honest with it. That shot, oh my, that shot was sums it up for him. I'll give him a 3, mate. And that's being generous, if I'm being
Oh yeah,
honest.
no, I put 3 as well, just because I
Yeah,
didn't want to give him a 1 or a 2, like or a 0, because
yeah.
he might as well not have even come on the pitch. The only thing he did was let that ball hit his ankle and go out. And apart from that, I wouldn't have even known he was on the pitch. So it's not good enough for your captain, really. Like I know you can't play week. I keep making excuses and saying you can't play this week in week out, but it's been most of this season now, so
Yeah.
it's not great.
You'd like to hope as well for the Madrid game that he'd be proper fired up for it. That's what I'm hoping. We're gonna see the best thing because it's the team that
Neither.
released him when he was like
Yeah,
15. So surely he's gonna have a bit of fire in him, saying, "I want to prove myself for this game
you'd hope
against
so.
these lot." Really hope so because he's been off it, man, all season. If we're being honest with it, not been great at all. Yeah, Tierney. Listen, this guy came on and he brilliant performance. 15 minutes he played,
Yeah.
created 3 chances. Right, 2 of them were amazing crosses on the plate for Odegaard and Marino as well. Right, like got the ball, defended, got stuck in. Big up Tierney, 7 out of 10 for me. I really want this guy to stay, man. I'll be honest.
I've given the highest rating I've given anyone, to be fair. I've given him
Yeah,
7.5. Like, he came on and was taking the throw ins and actually
yeah,
thinking about it and not just launching the ball in. He was pushing forward, trying to make crosses, like
yeah.
everything that you would want from a defender that plays not a centre back. Like, that's what you want your defender to do. I don't get it at all because they asked Arteta why he doesn't get into the team. And his response was something like, "He doesn't play my way of football."
Yeah,
But Arteta's way of football is using those left backs and right backs to run up the pitch to
exactly.
help the attack out. He also wants players that can defend. Tierney can do both of those things better than probably the people that we've got at doing those things. So, yes, he's been hampered by injuries, but it's just daft. To me, like, why would you have people like Zinchenko as a squad player, but then not Kieran Tierney? Like, I don't understand, and I've never understood it, and I've had to just push it to the back of my mind because I'll never be able to make sense of it.
Absolute spot on, bro. But honestly, couldn't agree more. Honestly, I don't. He's gonna go back to Celtic, whether it be boy or club, we can smash it there.
Yeah, no, I hope he
It's
does.
yeah,
Honestly, I really hope because he has had a tough time of it of injuries, but then when he has played and not been injured, he's I can't remember a game where he's put a foot wrong. So he really doesn't he doesn't deserve to be anywhere near a bench for any team.
100%. Just before we do go, if I don't think I'll get the chance to talk to you before the Madrid game. So, what's your quick thoughts going into that one on Tuesday night, man? How's the confidence feeling?
It wasn't great before. I
Yeah,
remember saying in one of my group chats when Gabriel got injured, I was really positive before then because I was like, well, it's just like Arsenal to come out against Real Madrid when all the cards are against us and win.
yeah,
Gabriel got injured, and I thought, well, that's the first nail in the coffin. And then I watched that crap today, and that was the second nail in the coffin. So I'm really trying hard to not be this. We haven't got a chance because we have. It's a game of football against two teams, whether
yeah,
one's
exactly.
like amazing and one's subpar, like we are currently. we've still got a chance. I think the best we can hope for is to not get absolutely embarrassed. In all seriousness, we can put in our best show, and I hope that I can come away from it and actually be somewhat proud of us. That's the only thing I can hope for.
Yeah, likewise, bro. Likewise. So, guys, thanks everyone who tuned in today. Thank you, Sam, for coming on as always, my brother.
All good.
You want to shout any shows? Are you going on any shows with Guna Gathering in the week or?
So we're not gonna live broadcast it. I think we're just gonna jump on straight after the game.
Okay.
Because I said that some of the language in my house will get Guna Gathering taken down in seconds. So it's not going to be the one to do a live stream for me for sure. Are you doing it are you going to do a live?
Like watch along for the 100%. If you're around, if you want to join me for that one, let me know, bro, as well.
Yeah, cool.
100%. That'd be good to have you, of course. And there should be seems to happen we'll see what happened in the actual game itself, man. Because it could be a long night, but you just want 1% or like a little bit. You just want to have just a little bit of, you never know, because like you said earlier, it's football, man. Come on, like
we've just got.
We'll see what happens.
We've just got to go there. If we seriously want to go and win it, we've just got to go there with a lead of some sort.
Yeah.
Because if we go away, again, I can't say that if we go away without a lead, we're going to lose, because anything can happen. But we would then need the biggest miracle of all miracles if we go to Madrid with anything other than a lead, I think.
Yeah, facts. Absolute facts. Big up everyone for all the sports there on both the watchlon and the show, guys. You guys catch me tomorrow as always. We'll be back, obviously, with... I'll probably do a preview because we've got 2 days. Tuesday we play, isn't it, against Madrid? So I'll probably do a match preview for the game tomorrow, guys, in the evening. You guys catch me there as well. And yeah, till tomorrow, guys. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your rest of your weekends, and